Okay, this is the attaching part of the hachigane. Should have your plate, the holes in it, your headband with your piece of foam in the center, like so. You're going to need your large needle. I just attached this onto a piece of plastic. You can attach to a wooden dowel. But this is, like I said before in the other videos, on this, it's a little bit smaller than this hole, but it's pretty close. Then you got your leather cord, which I picked up from Michael's. I think it was $2.50 or so, and I know in a lot of newspapers they have coupons where you can get like 40% off. I think I got this cord for $1.70 or something like that. But it's pretty basic. What you're going to want to do is place this in the center, so you got a little bit of padding on either side, about the same amount. Make sure it's centered, and then you're going to want to start off by just putting with your needle a hole, not in there, but right about there in the back. Just twist that through. And then what you're going to want to do is pull that through just like that. And then this side, you might have to soften this up a little bit, work it around. This side you just knot off. Cut the end. Turn that so it's facing down like that. And that's going to be the start of it. Untangle my cord. Go to the other end. I put a nice angle cut on this. It makes it easier to go through the holes that you're going to be punching. Then you're going to take your plate, place it on there. Now that knot's hidden, and you wanted it close to that, to one of the holes, because that's the next hole that you're going to be punching. What you're going to do is have the end of the cord in your hand, pull that out. You can see it makes a nice clear hole. And I just kind of, when I'm trying to put it through, I kind of twist it, so it kind of helps like screw it in. Lace it through, and then make sure it's still centered. Make sure I'm in the camera, that'd be better too. Like that. And go to your next hole. This handle really makes it a lot easier to do this. I make a lot of these, so helps out with me, but if you're just making one, you might not need it. Thread it through. You want to try and get this far enough to where you can grab it with your hands. You can use pliers, but that damages the end, and then you might have to keep recutting it. Make sure it's nice and tight. Check your alignment, and then your next hole is going to be down here. Like that. Pull it nice and tight, and then you just keep going through, just back and forth, looping it through the holes and then through the headpiece. And every once in a while, you might have to cut the end, recut the end on it, because this might start to get soft. And it's a lot harder to try and feed through these holes when you got a soft end on that. But then you'd go to the next hole, depending on how many holes you make it. Like I said, this is a smaller piece, so I'm going from here all the other side. So this next one, I'm just going to go straight over to here, like so. And I'll see if I can finish this up real quick so I can show you how to end it. Oops, went through the wrong way. I've done that a lot. Sorry if a lot of this isn't in view. I know I'm horrible at that. So I'm going to real quick try and finish this up. Glad I picked a small piece to do this, because some of the larger ones take a while to do. And normally, the normal size pieces, which are about 6 or 7 inches long and have, let's see, a lot more holes. You can get 2 hachiganes out of 1 piece of cord, unless you're doing a real intricate piece. I know I made one a while back that had, I think, seven small plates on it. That one took the whole length of cord. You can see I'm holding this with my 2 fingers, so it's not just pushing this away, kind of holding that up against it. And then I can show you the hard part, which is probably the only hard part about this whole process. And that's finishing up the end. But you don't want a knot on the inside of this band, because pressing up against your head, that would be annoying and it would hurt. So that's the plates on there. Now what you do is you find somewhere in the middle where it's hidden, because you want it inside of here just like how we started, and you're going to go up at an angle, making sure you get a nice clean hole. I'm going to trim this end just a little bit so I can get a nice new cut. And you're going to feed this through that hole that you made. This is the only part where you might want pliers. See if I can grab it with some scissors. There we go. Pull that through. Make sure everything is nice and tight. And as you're lacing this, every once in a while, if you want to make sure everything is nice and tight, by going back and just sticking the needle in the loops, knot that off as close as you can get it, give it a cut, and you just take this. Where's my needle at? Tuck it back in and down. Repress your foam. And there you go. Like I said, if you want to go through before you knot that off and slide this underneath there and pull up to make sure everything's nice and tight, that's the way to do it. So that's lacing it up. It's pretty easy. So hope everyone can kind of get the idea of how to do that. You might have more holes you have to go through, but it's all the same process. So that's that. Hopefully yours turned out very nice. If you did make it and you want to send me pictures or whatever, I'm always excited to see someone else make something. So definitely let me know if you make your own. There's your hachigane.